just as I was about to be engulfed by the flames. I didn't contact my wife, who was a firefighter. Instead, I lay quietly on the ground, waiting to die, simply because before I left, my wife had already locked all the doors and dispatched all the firefighters to search for her missing ex-boyfriend. In the end, I was burned alive by the fire. But after my death, my wife regretted her actions and jumped to her death on the day of her wedding to her ex-boyfriend. Her final words read, "If I could do it all over again, she would choose me." When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back at home. On the day of the fire, the flames were engulfing the entire room. I tried to open the door to escape, but found it locked from the outside. My hands were blistered from the heat. I dialed 119 on my phone, but the connection was spotty and kept dropping. Instinctively, I called my firefighter wife, Lou Ruyan, but after she answered, she only said, "I'm busy," and hurriedly hung up. I was tightly enveloped by thick smoke. My abdomen was racked with spasms of pain. The burning wooden furniture creaked and groaned. Driven by the flames, I made my way toward the balcony. It was only then that someone answered the 119 call. The voice was one I knew all too well. It was my wife's cousin, Shun E. Choking back tears, I said, "There's a fire at my place. Hurry and save me." Before I could finish, the flames engulfed the room and instantly reached right in front of me, leaving me frozen in terror. On the other end of the line, Shun E sneered, "Brother-in-law, it's not that I won't help you. My sister took some people to look for brother Chu Sheng. The fire department only has a few new recruits in training. They can't come out. Besides, my sister said before she left, the fire started next door. She deliberately locked your door from the inside. That way, even if it catches fire, you'll still have a chance to escape." After saying that, she scolded me dismissively. Don't try to win her favor with these tricks. Anyway, I want my best friend, brother Chu Sheng, to be my sister's husband. Upon learning that Lu Ruyan had locked the door from the inside, I hung up the phone in despair. Just then people downstairs, gathering. They saw me, on the balcony, backed into a corner with no way out. I clung desperately to the railing, which had already been scorched to the touch. The outdoor unit of the air conditioner I was standing on was teetering. My hands and feet were swollen and bright red from the burns. A neighbor who had escaped had brought a trampoline sheet. How come there's still someone trapped in there? Isn't anyone at home to help? He's covered in blood. Hurry up and get him down. Looking at all those unfamiliar faces, sweating profusely with worry for me, and even a few people who had suffered burns of varying degrees themselves, yet still dragged heavy mattresses to ensure my safety. My heart ached unbearably, such a stark contrast to my wife of many years, who could do nothing but lock my door from the inside. In an instant, the flames grew even more fierce, enveloping my hand completely. "Quick, call the fire department in our district. Someone's going to die here." The response was dismissive. They said there was no one on duty. More and more people began calling the fire department. While coordinating the rescue, a little boy shouted at me, "Big brother, jump down quickly." My dad said, "We'll catch you." The pain had already numbed me, and my mind was growing increasingly hazy as more and more calls came in. Shuni also realized something was wrong and had to urgently call in reinforcements from the neighboring district. By the end, my hand was engulfed in flames, and the ground beneath me was already covered in blood. I couldn't hold on any longer and fell backward, while the neighbors below rushed toward me almost simultaneously. I can only say I was lucky. They caught me firmly, but by then, my whole body was scorched by the intense flames and was bright red. An experienced older woman nearby screamed, "Take him to the hospital, or he'll be gone." With burns covering this much of his body, he'll die. I was in so much pain, I started crying. In that moment, I heard Shuni's voice as she rushed toward me with the first aid kit, her eyes red from crying. "I'm sorry, brother-in-law. I really thought my sister had checked everything, and that it was all safe." She frantically performed a basic check on me. Then her face grew paler and paler, especially when she saw my hand, the one I was so proud of. It was burned beyond recognition. Her hands were trembling. Meanwhile, the crowd around us was boiling with anger.